Hey, I'm Shauna with Styleberry blog, and thank you for tuning into my Styleberry channel over here on YouTube. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the GroVia cloth diaper. There is a blog post that goes along with this that has a lot of close-up shots of the diaper in case you don't have access to one in person that you might want to check out. But I also think it's a good idea to have a video to go with it so you can see just exactly how the snaps work, and we'll talk about a couple other things that I don't cover on the blog post. So I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see the diaper and all the different components, so hang tight for just a sec. Okay, these are the different parts that go along with the GroVia cloth diaper. You can buy them all separately. What you see here is the snap shell. That is just a mesh lined shell. It doesn't come, well, some of the packages do include the inserts, but this one can be purchased separately right on its own. This is the organic cotton soaker pad, and this is designed to go inside specifically with the GroVia cloth diaper. And then the reason why I purchased the GroVia diaper is because there's an option to use this disposable bio soaker, which is just a disposable insert that does fit inside the shell as well, and allows you to use this on the go if you're traveling and you don't have access to a wash machine. So I'm going to kind of walk you through each part, show you what I like about it, and how it all works together. So we'll start with the shell. And I really do like the way that GroVia has designed the snap system on the shell. I prefer snaps over Velcro. You can buy this with Velcro option instead of the snaps, but it's just my personal preference to use snaps instead. I like the way that they fit. I like that it's harder for the baby to get them off, and I like the durability in the wash because nothing sticks to the snaps like they would to the Velcro. So it's just my personal preference. As you can see, there is one line, one row of snaps that would go around the waist, and then this is the adjustable sizing system that, if you're familiar with cloth diapers, they use this a lot. But usually I'm not a fan, but the way that GroVia has done it is really smart and it works very well. So if you wanted to size this down to a really little diaper, what you would do is snap those shut, and then what you can do is adjust the waist, and you can get it pretty small on the GroVia, just because the two snaps that run horizontally, which I also really like, they do fold over one another. So if you needed it for a newborn who's teeny tiny, you can actually fold these two flaps one over another, which gives you a really little waist, which is nice. And then because of the snap system here, you also have fairly small legs as well. So that is the snap system on the snap shell, which I'm really a fan of. The inside of the GroVia diaper has a mesh lining, which dries very quickly. It also has two snap points here that are for the organic cotton soaker pad, which we'll talk about in a second, and that allows it to snap right into the shell and really stay put, which I think is a great feature that a lot of hybrid diapers do not have, and I think that's one of the reasons why the GroVia works a lot better than the others. So I think that about covers the shell. Also notice that there's elastic along each of the side legs and also around the waistband. So all in all, very customizable, which is great. The second part that I wanted to talk to you about is the cloth option. The reason why it's called a hybrid diaper is because you do have the option of using it with cloth or disposable, which is really nice. And like I said before, I did not purchase this diaper to use as a cloth diaper, but I did purchase some of the inserts just to give them a try and see how they worked, because I wanted to be able to talk about the GroVia, having experienced it as both a cloth diaper and a disposable diaper. So this is what you'd purchase if you wanted to use it as cloth. This is organic cotton, and it feels like cotton. On the back, it's actually waterproof, which is another nice feature. So you can set it in here, and once it's saturated, it won't soak through the back, so it won't get the mesh lining wet, which is really nice. As you can see, the sides here do have what we call a gusset, and they are 100% cotton in there, and it will soak once your baby gets the diaper wet. It will be wet to the touch, but it does hug in case you have a number 2, so most of the waist should end up inside the insert and not on the shell. And you can see too that it's narrower in the front than it is in the back, which is nice because obviously it's going to get a little bit wetter in the back. Now, to put these two together, all you do is snap it into place, which is quite nice because then you know it's not going anywhere. So when you go to put it on the baby, all you do is you tuck the back end here up over the cotton soaker pad, and then you adjust the snaps accordingly. and it's really nice. It works well. The big difference between GroVia and something like a Fuzzy Buns is that the GroVia is obviously not a pocket diaper, so you're not stuffing anything in the GroVia. You're setting the absorbent pad on top. And so the one thing that I think might be a downfall, but it's also a benefit, I think, too, is that this soaker pad does touch the baby. There's no fleece in between it that would keep the baby from feeling wet. And the reason why I think that's a benefit is as your baby gets older into toddlerhood, you want them to feel wet because you want them to start recognizing when they go to the bathroom so you can start potty training well. So while I'm not sure I would use this for an infant, I do think that it's a really great option for toddlers who you want, you know, to make sure that they feel when they go to the bathroom. So we're using it and I like it. I have not had a number 2 on this diaper yet. I have heard that it might be a little bit difficult to get clean, but I haven't experienced that yet. So far we've just had pee diapers. So I think that pretty much covers the organic cotton soaker pad. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about is the reason why I think this diaper is great, and that is the disposable insert. And as you can see on the disposable insert, it is also gusseted, which means it's cinched a little bit on the side. So what this does is this hugs the baby's crotch area really nicely. And the reason why that's good is because when the baby does go number 2, the poop stays in the liner. It doesn't fall off onto the shell, which has been the problem that I've experienced with other hybrid diapers. The back of the disposable is waterproof, which is also really nice because once this is saturated, again, it's not going to saturate through to the mesh and to the shell, so you can keep using the shell over and over. The other great thing is that these are sticky. So just like a maxi pad, you tear off the paper and it'll stick right in the shell, and I'll show you how that works. So once you peel those off, you can position it in the shell however you want to, and it will stick and stay put. And these are super absorbent. They absorb even more than the organic cotton soaker pad. They do not have a lot of the toxins and chemicals that you find in your standard disposable diaper. They are compostable, so you can put them in with your compost if you like. And the big thing is they're biodegradable, which is another huge selling point for me because I like to know that they're not going to be sitting here for the next 100 years. So once you've got the tabs peeled off and it's stuck in the GroVia shell, you just snap it like you would if it had anything else inside, and you are good to go. And once the baby uses it and goes to the bathroom, all you do is peel it off and you can throw it away. When I was using these with disposable inserts while I was recently traveling through the airport, I was able to get about 8 uses on the shell before it smelled funny and I needed to replace it, which is great because that means you really do only need 2 of these if you wanted to do diaper laundry every other day. You know, I went through 1 shell a day, which is phenomenal if you're looking at the cost of cloth diapering and you don't want to invest in a pocket system. Overall, I think that the GroVia is a really good option if you're looking to cloth diaper, especially if you're looking to cost effectively cloth diaper, because you don't need a lot of these, because you're not putting the shell into the laundry every single time you're changing a diaper like you would a Fuzzy Buns or a Bum Genius or anything else, because these can be reused over and over again. The other nice thing is that if you're traveling and you're using the disposable insert on the GroVia, you can literally wash these in the sink and hang them to dry, and they'll dry within 2 hours, which is a really nice thing. I haven't hand washed them yet, but the mesh seems to wash up so nicely. So for me, if I was traveling, I would absolutely choose the GroVia diaper. The other way that I've been using the GroVia diaper, now that it's getting hot here in South Texas, is as a swim diaper. So I don't put anything in it when we go to the pool, and I snap it together and use it for her, and then once we get out of the pool and we're ready to go home, I usually will switch into a Fuzzy Buns or a second GroVia diaper with the cotton insert to head on home. But overall, I found this to be a really versatile, great diaper. I like the way it's sized. It's sized a lot like the Fuzzy Buns in the sense that it's a little bit shorter and a little bit narrower than the Bum Genius brand. But if your baby does well in Fuzzy Buns, there's a very good chance that they're going to do well in a GroVia as well. So that's my take on the GroVia diaper, and thank you for watching.